No, but
Northland.
seriously, Errol, like, what does that feel like? He's your son, and he's worth so much money and created so many things.
Pretty impressive.
You
right?
can't take that away from him. Are you proud? Did you ever see that coming? What? You're not proud?
Errol Musk isn't just proud of his billionaire son, Elon Musk. He's proud of his whole family. This 79-year-old South African businessman spoke up on Australia's The Kyle and Jackie O Show and talked about being proud of all his children, thanks to what he exposed them to when they were young.
Well, I mean, we are a family that have been doing a lot of things for a long time. It's not as though we suddenly started doing something. So we've all been, as a family, all doing things, from the very beginning. And so, I mean, the kids were traveling with me around the world when they were tiny, and they've been doing pretty much very interesting things. We've been down the Amazon together, for example. We've been to China, and long ago when it was quite difficult to go there, and things like that. East Germany.
But
so they've seen a lot of things, and we've done a lot of things together. We are just sort of that kind of family.
Errol went on to speak for Elon on the fact that he's, quote, frustrated with how long some of his work ventures have taken, and that he's, quote, behind schedule.
But Elon has, in fact, sort of really surpassed the mark, and so on. But I was saying to one of your stations there that Elon is not as happy as he'd like to be. He'd like to be where he is now. He would have liked to have been there 5 years ago.
Okay.
Oh, really? So
he
feels Elon
behind.
feels that he's an underachiever. He didn't achieve what he wanted as soon as he wanted.
Yes, yeah. I know it sounds odd, but it's not that he feels he's an underachiever, but he feels that he's behind schedule. In other words,
Right.
He would like to have been where he is now 5 years ago.
So where would he have liked
And I
to have
think they're
been
all
right
like that,
now? What things should he be doing now if he were to stick to his timeline?
Well, he would have liked to have had the Starship up, long ago, and it's simply, unfortunately, it's like with anything. I mean, you can probably apply the same thing to yourselves. You get to a point and you'd say, well, I wish I could have been here 2 years ago at this point, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
so, I get that.
But he is frustrated with progress, and it's understandable. But because people have a life, and I know it sounds crazy, but we tend to think like that as a family. I suppose as we are like that. You've got stages of your life. I mean, he's 50 now. I mean, I still think of him as a little boy, but he's 50. I mean, that's an old man.
Errol also added that he's worried about Elon not being able to ever find a true romantic partner in life.
I'm very concerned, for Elon, because my son, I mean, obviously, that he doesn't. And he, unfortunately, if he meets a woman that's sort of similar to him, she's probably got masses of program things to attend to as well. So they can't spend time together, that type of thing. So you have to find a woman. He has to find a woman who's prepared to give up what she's doing, and that's not easy.
Yeah, that would be tough.
Especially if he wants women who already have a career and smart. If that's his desire, then it can be hard to find someone.
Well, yes. I mean, obviously, you never know who you're going to be attracted to. It's the way it works. I mean, that's just one of those things. But generally speaking, anybody that he meets that most likely, like you take the girl that Kimmel has met, she had a career. She has given up her career, and she goes with him, in the jet. He's got a jet as well, and he flies around. He's got 3,500 restaurant outlets, and he goes around to all these restaurants all over the country, and she's with him all the time. And so that's very, very nice and very satisfying for me as his dad. Yeah, for his dad, and for me. But now Elon doesn't, and so I worry a lot. I worry a lot about that.
Elon may not have any relationships that have stuck, but he does have children, as he has 10 kids with 3 different women. Elon's first wife was Justine Wilson, and they were married from 2000 to 2008. The couple had a total of 6 children together, 18-year-old twins Vivian Jenna Wilson and Griffin Musk, along with 16-year-old triplets Kai, Damien, and Sax Musk. But their very first passed away at only 10 weeks old from SIDS. After his divorce from Justine, the SpaceX founder tied the knot with English actress Tallulah Riley in 2010. The pair split up 2 years later in 2012, but then remarried again the following year in 2013, before eventually divorcing again in 2016. Elon went on to date actress Amber Heard for a few years before he got together with 34-year-old musician Grimes. She gave birth to their first son, X-A12, nicknamed X, in 2020, and they welcomed a second child, a daughter, Exadark Sidrayal, nicknamed Y, in December 2021. It was also announced early July that the 51-year-old Tesla mogul had secretly welcomed twins with one of his top executives, Siobhan Zilis, in November 2021, which was just weeks before Y was born.